ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run wa o. Òun fẹ́ ká lo ìfẹ́. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run o. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run wa o. Òun fẹ́ ká lo ìfẹ́. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run o. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run wa o. Òun fẹ́ ká lo ìfẹ́. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run o. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run wa o. Òun fẹ́ ká lo ìfẹ́. A kó ohun mẹ́ta sílẹ̀: ìgbàgbọ́, ìrètí àti ìfẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ìfẹ́ ló tóbi jù. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run wa o. Òun fẹ́ ká lo ìfẹ́. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run o. Ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run wa o. Òun fẹ́ ká lo ìfẹ́. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my viewers all over the world. This is Fountain School of Marriage, your marriage program, where we teach and we learn together the fundamental, the foundational, and nitty-gritty of marriage. So today, our topic is the defining power of marriage. Yes, very powerful topic. The defining power of marriage. So we'll be looking at definitions of marriage, various and varied definitions of marriage. You see, definition is confinement. It is what you define that confines you. It is what you define, well-defined study is what gives you confinement. When it's not well-defined, it is not well-confined. You see, what you don't define, you cannot defend. What you don't define, you cannot refine. What you don't define, you cannot develop. Definition determines boundaries, and definition makes you to overcome barriers. So this hour, we'll be looking at those definitions one by one. You know, marriage is so deep, as I used to say. Marriage is so deep, marriage is so delicate, marriage is so dicey. Marriage is so profound. Marriage is work. Marriage is real work. Marriage is serious work. Marriage is hard work. So we need the required knowledge. See, in the kingdom of matters, in matters that affect the kingdom, marriage, knowledge is very key. In the Bible, Proverbs 24 verse 3, it says, by wisdom is an house builded. It said, by understanding it is established. It said, by knowledge, it said, all the chambers and rooms, they are filled with pleasant and precious riches. In Proverbs 4:7, it said that wisdom is the principal thing. It said, therefore get wisdom. In all thy getting, it said, get understanding. In Proverbs 14 verse 1, it said, the wise woman, he said, he built a house. He said, but the foolish one plucked it down with her own hands. So all the years, as a marriage counselor and as somebody who's been in the marriage for 25 years, what I've learned is that marriage requires wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's all you just need. Now, what is wisdom? Wisdom is the quality of sound judgment developed through observation, through reflection, and experience. That is a powerful definition of wisdom. I come again. What do we call wisdom? Wisdom is the quality of sound judgment developed over the years through observation, through reflection, and through experience. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs verse 12, it says, the hearing ear and the seeing eyes, God has made them both. Your sight, your eyes, is for your success in life. Your ears is for your success. He said the hearing ears and the seeing eyes. He said God has made them both for your success. So please, let's learn together tonight. Let's come together as we read, as we study together. So I have various and good definitions here. Number one, he said marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman to live together afterwards forever till death do them part. You see, that's the first definition of marriage. He said marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman. Notice, he said a man and a woman to live together afterwards forever till death do them apart. Now, he said a man and a woman. That is marriage. It's not a man and a man. That one is homosexuality. That's not marriage. And there are people now that they are going into altars, and even some priests, solemnizing a man and a woman. That is not marriage. That is mirage. That is outside the will of God. That is perversion. So homosexuality is not marriage. He said marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman, not a woman and a woman. A woman and a woman is not marriage. That is lesbianism. And God is not happy. That is perversion. That is the desecration of the holy sanctity called marriage. And that's why the whole world has just gone mad, doing all sorts of rubbish. That's why marriage is just being jeopardized. You can do whatever you like. He said, the fourth thing says marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman, not a man and a child. Because some people, they are pedophile. They call something pedophilia. When men begin to sleep with children, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 14 years, sleep with children, sleep with with teenagers, sleep with toddlers. Some men marry children. That is not marriage. That is rubbish. Total nonsense. That is why people all over the world don't respect the marriage institution. So, and God is not happy with what is happening in the world. That is not marriage. Now, a marriage is not also bestiality. He said a man and a woman, not a man and an animal. We have now seen what the world has turned to. The world is crazy. The world is mad. Human beings marrying animals. The other day, some years ago, I read in the papers that a man in California, he said he's 28. That his dog is 26, and he went ahead and married the dog. They even did it in a church, and I don't know what kind of priest that brought them together and solemnized them. Even I saw it on the papers. Even the dog was put on a cape, and they say you may now kiss the bride, and he now removed the cape from the dog, and a man and a dog. I mean, you can imagine. That is bestiality. That's why people don't respect marriage again. That is not marriage. That is mirage. That is illusion. That is delusion. So that is it. That's not marriage. He said marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman. Not a living man and a dead person. They call something necrophilia. So a necrophile is someone that sleeps with the dead. There are people that marry dead people. I think that is demonic. That is crazy. They put in the house dead person and they say they are married together and they are sleeping with dead people. That is a mad word. That is not marriage. That is mirage. That is illusion. That is delusion. So we're talking about marriage here. He said marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman to live together afterwards forever till death do them apart. That's the first definition. Now, second definition says marriage is a commitment and grave responsibility between a man and a woman. Did you hear that? Marriage is a commitment and grave responsibility between a man and a woman. Hello, sir. If you are not ready for commitment, don't go into marriage. Madam, if you are not ready to commit to that man, don't go into marriage. That's why marriage is being dishonored, it's being disrespected, because there is no commitment. Marriage is a commitment. It's a grave responsibility. You've got to be responsible. If the husband will be responsible to the wife. The wife will be responsible to the husband. You see, that is why marriage is not being valued. Because many men don't even know what is called marriage. That is the reason for this teaching. Because many men don't understand what is marriage. Many women don't know what is called marriage. Many men cannot defend their wife because they don't know it. They don't understand it. What you don't define, you cannot defend. What you don't define, you can't refine. What you don't define, you cannot develop. You see, definition determines boundaries and it makes it to overcome barriers. That's why they chicken out when challenges come. The marriage is a commitment and grave responsibility between a man and a, notice again, it's between a man and a woman, not a man and a man, not a woman and a woman, not a man and a child, not a human being and a dog, not a living being and a dead being. It's between a man and a woman, and not between a man and women. So God is not God that goes after polygamy. In the book of Matthew 19, he said, he that created them male and female. And it's not a woman and men. That is polyandry. There are some women that have husbands. They have husbands. The first husband, second husband, three husbands. I traveled somewhere the other day, and I was in that house. They were telling me that the first husband is, it's a 2-story apartment. Say he has the first husband in the first floor, another husband upstairs. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I just, what is all this? So marriage is a commitment and great responsibility between a man and a woman. Hear this. He said, and commitment means binding yourself intellectually and emotionally to a cause or purpose. That is marriage. Your heart is for your husband. Your heart is for your wife. You are responsible to him, to her. You value him, you value her. See, your husband should be your friend. Your wife should be your friend. Your husband should be your best friend, your bosom friend. Your wife should be your best friend, your bosom friend. Because when then this is not happening. That's why you don't give your marriage respect. Hello, sir. Hello, ma. Your marriage should be your priority. Your marriage should be respected. Your marriage should be valued. And that is why we don't. Any small provocation, you say, I'm down to divorce. Any small thing, divorce. Any small challenge, divorce. See, hello, sir. Hello, ma. It grieves God's heart. This is a burden on my heart. You look at everywhere. Divorce everywhere. Why? What is happening? God is not happy. The body of Christ should be concerned. It should be a burden on us. Among 100 marriages now, about 55 or 60 marriage end up in divorce. Even Christian marriages. What pains my heart? I even father of faith, the father figure. People will look at father of faith, commanding thousands, commanding crowds. They don't have a home. Their marriage has collapsed. It's so sad. I don't know. It grieves my heart, and I know God is not happy. Because marriage is very dear to the heart of God. Very, very dear. Now, another definition says, this definition I love so much is by the late Maizumuro. Maizumuro, the apostle of purpose, the bishop of Bahamas. I love this definition. Hear it. He said, marriage is two imperfect people committing themselves to a perfect institution by making perfect vows from imperfect lips before a perfect God. That is awesome. The late Maizumuro. What a loss to the body of Christ. A colossal loss. He said marriage is two imperfect people committing themselves to a perfect institution by making perfect vows from imperfect lips before a perfect God. What's that one telling us? Hello, sir. Hello, ma. Your husband is not perfect. Your wife is not perfect. So your husband and your wife, they have their own deficiency. They have their own weakness. They have their own frailties. They are not perfect. So please, any small thing, it does not end in divorce. You see, many of us, we enter marriage with high expectation and low preparation. So your husband is not an angel. He's a human being. He's not perfect. So you must tolerate him. You must tolerate her. That is marriage. That is, as a matter of fact, what we call marriage is manage. We are managing ourselves. That is the truth. Marriage is management. Because the word husband is from the word husbandman. No, it's from the word husbandry. So an husband is a farmer. And husband is a steward. So that is who a husband is. Is a farmer, is a steward. And husband is a manager. So the husband is managing the wife. The wife is managing the husband. Can I shock you, sir? Shock you, ma? There is no perfect marriage anywhere. You can never see one. There is no perfect marriage. You can never see any perfect marriage. Because those people that are inside the marriage, they're not perfect. That's I will leave you. I'll go and marry another person. The person you are going to meet, is he a perfect person? Some people have ended up in about 2-3 marriages. The first one, slight provocation, I divorce. Small challenge, I divorce. The third thing, I divorce. Now, the person you leave and want to go and meet, that person, is he an angel? Is he a perfect person? No, we are all imperfect. We are all having our own deficiency. We are having our own frailties. You should understand that. So, Maizumuro was saying that marriage is two imperfect people committing themselves to a perfect institution. Look at that. So marriage, people now, the youth of this world now, the new generation, Gen Z, they say marriage is a scam. Marriage is scam. Marriage is scam. There's no love anywhere. In this 21st century, talking about love. See, marriage is not a scam. Marriage, I've been there for 25 years. Marriage is awesome. Marriage is amazing. Marriage is loving. Marriage is lovely. Marriage is spiritual. Marriage is supernatural. Marriage is enjoying. Marriage is tantalizing. It's so wonderful. Marriage is wonderful. But when marriage becomes a scam, it's those two people that are involved in that marriage that they are scam. Marriage itself is a perfect institution. God is the inventor of marriage. Anything God invents is perfect. Hebrews 13 verse 4. He said that, Hebrews 13 verse 4, he said, marriage should be respected in all and the bed undefiled. That is marriage. He said marriage is honorable. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all. He said, and the bed undefiled. He said, warmongers and adulterers, God will judge. So marriage is a holy sanctity. Marriage is spiritual. Marriage is divine. Marriage is godly. Marriage is wonderful. But it is those two people in it that make it a scam. Marriage itself is not a scam. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is wonderful. Praise the Lord. Now, look at the fourth definition. This is my own definition. I call it Paul ADEWALE definition. It says, marriage is a union of two lovers, two givers, and two forgivers. I love that. I love that. It's not because I'm the one that, formed it, but it's because it is awesome. It's wonderful. It's a marriage is the union of two lovers, two givers, and two forgivers. You should be lovers to each other. And your husband should be your only sex partner. Your wife should be your only sex partner. This one you are gallivanting around. So this one sleep with you, that one sleep with you. It's very crazy to me. I can't imagine myself, naked, before a stark, strange human being. It looks crazy to me. How would you do that? No respect, no value. Have you forgotten your vows? See, infidelity is the cancer that destroys marriage. Infidelity, that is the cancer that destroys marriage. And fidelity is the bedrock of marriage. So your husband, your wife should be your only sex partner. Your husband should be your lover. Your wife should be your lover. He said, marriage is union of two lovers, two givers, and two forgivers. John 3:16 said, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. That is it. For God so loved the world, he gave. God is a lover, and God is a giver. So, and you have the Spirit of God. And you should be a lover as a husband. You should be a giver as a husband. Can I tell you, the acidic test of love is giving. That is it. You say, I love you. Nothing show for it. Love, see, love is an action word. You have to give. You don't be a stingy man, a selfish man. You say you love your wife, you love your... No. The occasions, the marriage, a ceremony, wedding ceremony, remembrance, birthday, all those festivities. You should exchange gifts. You should thank God. You should look at the wristwatch. My husband gave me this. Look at the phone my wife gave me this. Look at the shoe. Oh, my husband gave me, my wife gave me this. That is what, see, there are love languages. 5 of them. One of them is the receiving of gifts. You must be a giver. For God so loved the world, he gave. God is a lover and a giver. So, marriage is enough of 2 lovers, 2 givers, and 2 forgivers. Hello, sir. Hello, ma. If you don't have a forgiving spirit, don't go into marriage. You cannot separate marriage from forgiveness. No, it's not possible. They are inextricable. Marriage and forgiveness cannot be separated. They are inseparable. See, if you cannot forgive, don't marry. And if you marry, you must forgive. See, you are too close for comfort. See, you are too close. There will be friction. So somebody who is far from you, somebody who does not know you, will not offend you. But you are too close. There will be misinformation. Even as you talk, you may mean God, and we say you are saying God. You may want to say something else, and he's hearing something else. There will be misinformation. You may mishear what your partner said, what your spouse said. What you say is said, remember what he or she said. So there will be misconception. There will be misunderstanding. See, there is room for forgiveness. Can I tell you that even the word divorce that the whole world is saying today is so sad. In the book of Malachi 2:16, God said categorically, I hate divorce. So what God said he hates is what the whole world is finding relish in. You know, it's so sad. Locally, nationally, internationally, intercontinentally, go abroad, go to the Western world. See, they celebrate divorce as if they are doing birthday. You can marry today and separate in the night. You can marry today and break in the night. You can marry today and break next week. I mean, it grieves God's heart. I'm telling you, when God was initially and originally planning for marriage, divorce was not part of it at all. Divorce was not the issue. It was not part of it. In Matthew 19, the Pharisees came to Christ and somebody said that what is the sin, or what is the thing that my wife can do that I can divorce her? And Christ said divorce is not part of it. And he said, but Moses asked us to give her a divorcement certificate. And Christ said categorically, he said, it is because of the hardness of your heart. He said, but from the beginning, it was not so. So initially, originally, divorce is not part of God's agenda. As a matter of fact, divorce is a man's opinion. Divorce is a man's idea. It was Moses that asked them to divorce their wife, not God. You can't see there. It's not God. No matter what you do, no matter the problem, you can forgive your wife. So forgiveness is very key. So it's very important. Forgiveness. So what we call marriage is union of two lovers, two givers, and two forgivers. Now, the next definition says, marriage is a sacred symbol of Christ's relationship with his church. Marriage is a picture. It is an emblem of holiness and righteousness. This is the sacredness of marriage. Marriage is sacred. Marriage is sanctified. Marriage is holy. Marriage is spiritual. Marriage is not an ordinary thing. Marriage is extraordinary. Marriage is not natural. It's a marriage is a sacred symbol of Christ with his church. Now it means the husband is a symbol of Christ, while the wife is a symbol of the church. See, can I tell you that Christ in his widest dream, as powerful as Christ is, 100% God, 100% man, Jesus Christ as our Lord, he can never think of divorcing the church. It's unthinkable to Christ. It's unthinkable, it's unimaginable for Christ to say I want to divorce the church, because he knows he cannot do it. It will never cross the mind of Christ. And also the church, because Christ knows that the church is the extension of his power. I tell people that when you see a wife, you see the extension of her husband. Just like the sun, the sun and the moon. The moon has no power of his own. It is the light that it draws from the sun. That's what it will be, distributing and be showing forth. So when you see the moon in the night, you see how powerful, see how luminous the moon is. But no, it is the power, it is the light the moon has drawn from the sun. So what the church is exhibiting is the power the church has drawn from Christ. So Christ and the church can never separate. So it baffles me. I look at the foolishness of people when they say, I want to divorce you, I'm only managing you, and I'll just divorce you. You don't understand what you are saying. See, divorce is an hydra-headed demon. I wrote a book some years ago. It is titled The Mystery and Mastery of Marriage. In that book, there's a chapter, I Hate Divorce. And I told them that divorce is an hydra-headed demon. I said divorce is an eternal wound. See, anybody who has been victim of divorce, see, they can never heal. It's an eternal wound. If you look in the book of Malachi 2, in that verse 16, the Bible was saying that the picture the Bible gave was that God is the witness between you and your spouse. So it gave us a picture as if, what we call divorce is an amputation. When the part of your body is cut off, whether your hand or your leg. A man that they cut off his leg or his hand can never balance forever. So when you say that I'll just divorce you, you know what you're saying? You can never balance. When you see divorce victims, you will see all over them. You will see hatred, you will see hostility, you will see animosity. The picture the Bible was painting that somebody that they cut off his hand and there was no medical attention. It was not catered for. The wound was left like that. When they cut off your hand, it will be gushing out blood. It will be bloody. So he gave us a picture of a man that wears his clothes when the hand is cut off without being attended to. When you wear that clothes, you will see blood. The whole clothes will be blood stained. That is the picture of a divorcee. If you see a divorced person, it will be all over him. When you see him, the husband that divorced or the wife divorced, you will see the kind of hatred that they will be exhibiting. So please don't think about it. So what we call marriage is a picture of Christ and the church. The husband is the Christ, the wife is the church. You are inextricable, you are inseparable, and that's the more reason you don't marry anyhow. That's why I tell people, do courtship, go for courtship. Don't rush into marriage. Don't enter marriage with emotion. Enter marriage with discernment. Know who you want to marry. That's what they call the vision and identity of marriage. Vision is the placement. Where are we going from here? Vision. In fact, the vision and identity of marriage is more powerful and important than love. And the identity is the personality. Who are you marrying? Who is this person? Can I know you? Can we meet you? Who are you? Know the person you are marrying. Know the behavior. Know the conduct. Know that person. Don't just marry in a rush. Don't be a desperado. I must marry by fire, by force. I must marry this year. Somebody came from America and he wants to marry within 2 months. And he take you to America. Is America heaven? You do know the person you are marrying? It could be a beast. It could be a monster. It could be the devil incarnate himself. So you must know the person. You don't have to marry. So that the reason for all this divorce here and there is because women are very emotional. There are stop signs in marriage. There are red flags in marriage before you marry. So don't tell me, Now I was talking about courtship somewhere, in the school I was teaching on courtship, and they were saying that there's no way human beings can pretend. Human beings can hide. I say, I'm not disputing that. Human beings are pretenders. Human beings are hiders. But I know this for sure. Under tension, under stress, under pressure, your real person will come out. So many times you will see, maybe in argument, you will say, shut up! You like, the way you will break this, break that, break the phone, break plate. Those are stop signs. Those are red flags that you should stop. You see somebody who is prone to anger, somebody who is furious, somebody who, the anger, the fury, the wrath. And you still continue. You say, I love him, I love. Do you know what is called love? Many things you call love is lost. What you call love is lost. And say, I love him like that. And love is blind. If love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. When they give you one little slap, your eyes will open. So that is it. That is marriage for you. So he said, marriage is a sacred symbol of Christ's relationship with his church. Marriage is a picture, it is an emblem of holiness and righteousness. You see that? Marriage is an emblem of holiness and righteousness. Your marriage should be sacred. It's so sad when you see men bringing side chicks, bringing their girlfriend, bringing their woman friend, bringing their sugar daddy to their matrimonial home, to their matrimonial room, and doing such rubbish on the matrimonial bed. You have cursed that marriage. You have desecrated that marriage. I see women, their husband travel and they bring strange men. They bring their lovers. See, don't marry anybody you don't love. This issue that a woman will marry a man that does not love because of money, because of one thing or the other, because of property. and the person you love will be outside, and you be married to somebody, husband, and you'll be taking very suspicious calls, and you still be going about to be sleeping with somebody else. You must stop it. You don't bring a strange man, a strange woman to your matrimonial home. You have caused that marriage. You have destroyed it, because marriage is a holy institution. You say marriage is holiness and righteousness. Let's stop all this thing we are doing. We are bringing curse on our marriage. And it says, this is another definition. The sixth one says, this one is, but I like on this definition. It's a marriage is given by favor, but is driven by a grave responsibility. The book of Proverbs 18:22, it said that he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor from the Lord. I love it so much in the New Living Translation. It says, he that findeth a wife as findeth a treasure. And obtaineth favor from the Lord. Your wife is a treasure. The day I caught revelation of that scripture, the way I relate to my wife, my mentality changed. My mentality, everything changed. I see how valuable my wife is. Stop treating your wife as a trash. Your wife is not a thorn in your flesh. Your wife is not a pain in your neck. Your wife is not a wound in your heart. Your wife is a treasure. God has given you to tap resources from her. Since that day, I've been enjoying my home. When I was that either find a wife, findeth a treasure. So that's what the Bible is saying here. Bible is saying that marriage is given by favor, but is driven by a grave responsibility. I hope you are now seeing, the picture of your new home. You are seeing the picture of your own marriage and how you can make amends. God wants us to change. Let's change. Let's change what they call metanoia. Metanoia is a Greek word. Meta means change. Noi means mind. So metanoia is from the word metamorphosis. There should be a change of mind. Stop treating your wife as trash. You two wives, stop disrespecting your husband. Let there be respect and value in the home. I say it that where there is no respect in the home, when there is honor in the home, self-respect will be automatic. There's no honor in the house. That's why there is horror in your home. Any home there is no honor, there will be horror. When your marriage is not honorable, it will be horrific. But when there is honor, when the husband honors his wife, when the wife honors his wife, there's respect, there's value, there's reverence. I said, when you do that, you see that, self-respect will be automatic. So that is the definition of Black. The other one says, marriage is a gift of love from God to mankind. It is not a troublesome baby. Trust on us to nurse endlessly with pains and tears. It's a relationship to be enjoyed, not just to be endured. So marriage is a gift of love from God to mankind. You see, marriage is a gift. It's a gift from God to us. We should enjoy it. We should value it. We should appreciate it. So it is not a troublesome baby. Trust on us to nurse endlessly with pains and tears. Like people say, like marriage is a scam. Here is not a scam. Marriage is spiritual. Marriage is supernatural. Marriage is sanctified. Marriage is beautiful. He said, it's not a troublesome baby. Trust on us to nurse endlessly with pains and tears. It is a relationship to be enjoyed, not just to be endured. You see now, God wants us to enjoy our marriage. You don't for it to be patching it up. You are just patching it. How's your marriage? We are just there. The way you answer, it shows that you are not enjoying it. It's meant to be enjoyed, to be respected, to be valued. So let's have a change of mind. Another definition says that marriage is a sacred and honorable covenant relationship between a man and a woman. A covenant only dissolvable by the death of either of the partners. I want to talk about covenant here. See, brother, sister, what you are into is a covenant. You don't know, and you don't breach a covenant. You don't breach. It's a covenant. It's a contract. It is legal. It is legally binding. Marriage is a choice. You choose that man. You choose that woman. Were you forced? Were you coerced? Were you compelled? Nobody forced you to marry that man. Nobody forced to marry that woman. You must respect that man. You must submit to that man. You must love that woman. Love is a command. Husband, love your wife. It's a command. It's not a suggestion. It's not an opinion. It's not an idea. Woman or wives, submit to your husband. It's a command. It's a command. The word submission is to go under and lift up from the word sub. Sub is a prefix. Sub means to go under. Subdue, subordinate, subjugate, submarine. You know, anything sub is you go under. So the word submissive is not an issue of enslavement. You think you are a slave or a servant. No. See, submissiveness is meekness. It's not weakness. See, meekness is not weakness. It is control strength. You go under to lift up that man. What is the big deal there? It's a command. So the Bible is saying there that marriage is a sacred and honorable covenant relationship between a man and a woman. Covenant only dissolvable by the death of either of the partners. Friends, you see, marriage is a choice. Marriage is a commitment. Marriage is a calling. And marriage is a covenant. You see, I need to let you know what is called covenant. You don't know what you may not know what is called covenant. Now, look at what is called covenant. Covenant is a signed, solemn, and sealed written agreement between two or more parties, nations, to perform some action. So a covenant is a sealed, is a signed, it is signed, it is a solemn, it is sealed written agreement between two or more parties, nations, to perform some action. And it is legal in nature. It is legal. It is legal. No, it has lawful binding. So if you breach it, no, there are consequences to it. Look at another definition of covenant. It says the Bible is the book of covenant. You know, this Bible has so many names. It's the holy book. It's the book of precept. It's the book of principles. You know, it is the book of law. It's the perfect law of liberty. It's the law of liberty. It is the book of books. Another name for the Bible is the book of covenant. So it was saying here, it says what we call covenant is the Bible. An agreement between God and his people in church, which God makes certain promises and requires certain behavior from them in return. Friends, your marriage is a covenant. Don't do it anyhow. There are consequences to it. And God is the witness between you and your wife. God is seeing it. You know, I tell people, you know, when I talk about it, say that after all, there's no marriage in heaven. I'm not disputing that. There's no marriage in heaven. But your marriage can lead you to your eternity. Your marriage can show you where you are going, whether it's heaven or hell. Because your marriage is a test. Your marriage is a tool. Your marriage is a laboratory for your character and your behavior. How you treat that man or that woman. God is watching. God is seeing. And God is the judge. Is the righteous judge. And God will give you the consequences of your action. So please, let there be a change of behavior, a change of mind. Don't treat your wife like trash. She's a treasure. Wife, don't insult your husband. Don't embarrass him. Don't talk to him anyhow. Don't disrespect him. Show him some value. Show him some reverence. That's what the Bible says. It says, let everyone love his wife. And the book of Ephesians 5:3 says, nevertheless, let every man love his own wife. And let the woman say that she reverences her own husband. The word reverence, you know what is called reverence? Reverence is deep respect. It's deep respect. It's genuflection. You respect your husband. Many women respect men outside. They don't respect their own husband. Many women respect their pastors, respect their leaders in the church. They can deify their pastor. They can deify the leaders. But their husband is like trash. You should stop that. God is not happy. Your husband should be your king. Your husband should see every man should be the king in his own house. Respect him, value him. That's what is called marriage. The next definition says, it says marriage is an emblem of spiritual union between Christ and his church. I'll talk about that. Ephesians 5:25. Marriage is also an emblem of spiritual union between Christ and his church. Then the other definition says marriage is a union between one man and a woman. This 127, marriage is a permanent engagement. You see that? No divorce. Let's stop this divorce thing. God is not happy. Let's put a stop to it. Manage your husband. Manage your wife. Marriage is a permanent engagement. So that's why you are the one that married him or her. Nobody forces you. Nobody compels. Nobody coerces you. So that is the person you marry. You should be content with it. And another definition says here, I want to talk about this one. Now, this one is by Mike Murdock, Wisdom House in Texas. Mike Murdock said, listen, very powerful. I love this definition. It says, marriage is a blend of pleasure and pain. You enjoy the pleasure and endure the pain. So those who are ignorant of this truism are the ones that resort to disharmony, divorce, and separation. You see, marriage is a blend of pleasure and pain. You enjoy the pleasure and endure the pain. Those who are ignorant of this truism are the ones that resort to disharmony, divorce, and separation. Hello, sir. Hello, ma. Marriage is a blend of pleasure and pain. You see, the emblem of love is the rose flower. You know, many people cherish the rose flower. They give you the rose flower, you cherish it, you appreciate it. But do you know that the rose flower, as beautiful as it is, as you know, perfumery, full of fragrance and good smell, the whole stem of the rose flower is full of thorns. If you mistakenly undo the rose flower, if you don't take it from the underneath, it can prickle your hand and blood will come out. That's how marriage is. It's a blend of pleasure and pain. Notice what Mike Murdock said. Mike Murdock said that you will enjoy the pleasure and endure the pain. So that, you see now, many spouses, they don't want to endure the pain. That's why they resort for divorce. You have enjoyed the pleasure, endure the pain. So that is it. There are stages in marriage. There are 7 stages in marriage, and you must understand that. We have the passion stage. That's the way you just got married. You got married, you know, and you are in the honeymoon stage. You know, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You know, you are sleeping yourself. You can have sex 4 times a day. You know, everything is rosy, rosy, rosy. After the first stage, which is passion, second stage is realization stage. When you know that your husband is not perfect. Your wife is not perfect. When he give you that slap, when he insult you, when he shout you down, say, is this the person I marry? That's the person you marry. You are now realizing that it's not an angel. So the first stage is the passion stage. Second stage is realization stage. The third stage is the rebellion stage. When you see a stubborn, stiff-necked human being, see a stubborn man, a stiff-necked woman, an adamant man, you know, you begin to wonder. You say, is this the man I married? They have changed my husband. They have changed my wife. Nobody changed your husband. Nobody changed your wife. My husband is under a spell, under a spell. My wife is under a spell. No, it's not under any spell. It's no cause. Those are the changes. Those are the stages of marriage. We have the passion. We have the realization. We have the rebellion. No, we have the cooperation. That is the first stage. The fifth stage. No, the fifth stage, which is the reunion stage. Then the sixth stage is the explosion. That one, things happen. Sickness will happen. Your husband may have accident. Your husband may lose the job. Your wife may have miscarriage. Your wife may have abortion. You know, things that would life-threatening issues. You know, your father-in-law died. Your mother-in-law. Those are the time of pain. You beat your husband in extramarital affair. You catch your wife, you know, in the act. Those are the explosion stage. You must endure it. You have enjoyed the passion. You have enjoyed the realization. You have enjoyed the reunion. You have enjoyed the cooperation. When it comes to explosion, you enjoy it. And the last stage, you know, that one is the completion stage. 7 stages. So many people don't know when the evolving, when those stages come. You must understand the terrain. So that is what Mike Murdock was saying. You know, when he said marriage is a blend of pleasure and pain. You enjoy the pleasure and endure the pain. He said, those who are ignorant of this treason are the ones that result to disharmony, divorce, and separation. Now, another information I want to look at is, he said, marriage is like farming. It only gives back what you sow into it. You see, that is it. Marriage is like farming. I said what we call husband is from the word husbandman. What we call husband is from the word husbandry, which is farming. So every husband is a farmer. Every husband is a steward. Every husband is a manager. You say marriage is like farming. It only gives back to you what you sow into it. What are you sowing into the garden of your marriage? What are you sowing into your wife? Many people don't know the woman, that the machine they call woman. Very complex, very complicated, very interconnected, interrelated, interwoven. You know, the woman species the anatomy is awesome. The woman is an incubator. You know, the way the woman, you know, gets pregnant for months. That's how the woman can keep words secret with her for years that you will not know. And the woman is absorbent in nature, like a sponge. You know, when you dip a sponge inside water, it soaks water. So the woman soaks things. You know, you do a lot of things. You know, she will take it, she will take it, she will take it, she will take it. You know, but when she's up here, she will now bring her back all those things. A woman is a multiplier. When you give a woman a grocery, you give a woman groceries, they will give you a wonderful meal, give you a wonderful pot of soup. Give a woman money, she will multiply the money for you. She will increase your finances. Give a woman semen, she will give you a child. Give a woman trouble, she will give you double trouble. She will make life miserable for you. See, you don't know a woman. See, you can never, see, man can never imagine what a woman can do to them. You can never imagine it. See, there's this slogan, say, hell had no fury, like a woman scorned. You don't scorn a woman. You don't treat a woman with trash. She take it, she take it. You know, every woman is like God. They are long suffering, but they're not forever suffering. So you don't, when she comes out, see, the most dangerous animal is a silent, smiling woman. You are finished. I'm telling you. So you must treat them with respect. So marriage is like farming. You know, it only gives back what you sow into it. It's what you give your wife and she gives you back. You don't treat a woman with trash and want to get treasure from her. It's not possible. You don't sow, you know, hatred in your wife. So, you know, hatred, so unrest, and you're looking for peace. It's not possible. Marriage is very simple. What you sow into that marriage is what you get. I also call this one Paul ADEWALE definition. This one is very deep, and I so much thank God for this revelation. It's a marriage is the binding, blending, blessing, and bonding of two persons. A man and a woman. Notice again, a man and a woman, not a man and a man, not a woman and a woman, not a man and a child, not a man and an animal, not a living human being and a dead person. So it's that marriage is the binding, your destinies, your binding, the binding, you know, the blending, the blessing, and the bonding of two persons, a man and a woman, their dreams, their desires, their destinies, their goals, their aspirations, their visions, their callings, and their destinies, their ministries, together to glorify God. One, to bless humanity and beautify their lives. Paul ADEWALE. Look at that. Look how deep that is. Look how profound that is. You, in your right mind, you will never think of leaving that man, that woman. See, your destiny are aligned together. They call something destiny alignment in marriage. So you marry the person that your destiny are aligned together. Look at this. This is deep. This is profound. He said, marriage is the binding, the blending, the blessing, and the bonding of two persons, a man and a woman. Their dreams, their desires, their destinies, their goals, their aspirations, their vision, their callings, their ministries, together to glorify God, to bless humanity, and to beautify their lives. Friends, see, marriage is so deep, and you must understand definition. Definition sets boundaries. Definition makes you to overcome barriers. Definition is confinement. You see, what you define is what confines you. You cannot be confined by what you don't define. I say, what you don't define, you can't defend. What you don't define, you can't refine. What you don't define, you cannot develop. Definition is development. So, with these few words that I've shared, I want to see a change in your marriage. Respect your husband. Respect your wife. Respect your home. Protect your home. The husband, you are to provide and protect your husband. That is your major work as a husband. You provide for your wife and you protect your wife. And the wife, two major work you do. You encourage your husband and you comfort your husband. And as you do this, the God of heaven will make your marriage a heaven. Your marriage will be a paradise. Your marriage will be, a blessing. And you will be your marriage will be enjoyed every day. I will not be endured. I remain my humble self, Paul ADEWALE ADEDIRAN Oko Remilekun.